Hello. Hello. I have great nephews. I have great nephews in the yard acting like hoodlums. They were working for my dad, and when my parents left, they didn't leave. I'm hoping they're behaving themselves because I'm going live, and if they end up hurting themselves, it is on them. I'm just not having it. Yes. They were out there swinging shovels at each other. And I don't need that. Hi, Cook. Um, yeah. And one of them is practically an adult. Hello, Cook. I should look and see what they're doing. Doogie, what are you talking about? Okay. We are getting ready to start. It's not a very long thing. They were play fighting, but still they're not in their grandparents' yard. And I wouldn't care, but my dad doesn't need issues. So, Dougie, how old was she really? We know what. Dougie, I have no idea what you're talking about, dude. Dougie, you're getting my trip personally because I've never been in prison. So you, my friend, get this. Sorry, y'all, but not going to have somebody like that coming into my live and starting rumors. So, bald-faced hornets are also called white-faced hornets. And while we call them hornets, bald-faced hornets are not really hornets. They're actually closely related to yellow jackets. That's right. Our bald-faced hornets are secretly yellow jackets. In fact, if you were to dissect their nest and take a nest from the yellow jacket's nest, it would look basically the same, except that the nest of the yellow jacket is usually done in the ground, whereas bald-faced hornets are usually up in trees. The bald-faced hornets, again, starts off in the spring, very much like the European hornet, with a queen that has already been fertilized in late summer. She starts making that nest first thing in the spring. And then, like the European hornets, their nest is also made out of wood that has been chewed up, mixed with their saliva, and then used to make paper. I lost my place. Once the queen has cells made up and available, she will begin to lay eggs in those cells, and she's quite interesting though, because not a hornet, nope. We call them hornets. We call them hornets, but they're actually a type of yellow jacket. It's all in the name. My guess is that when European settlers arrived in America, they met the hornet. And somebody decided to name it a hornet because they're big. And the name stuck. And it's never been changed. So I'm assuming that's why. There are some, they're about the same size, but genetically, it boils down to looking at the animal and knowing that it's not a hornet. So, one thing very interesting about these animals is the female is going to lay eggs like all queens do. the fertile eggs become females. And at least to start with, they're going to be to start off with, those females will be workers. They won't be able to breed. All they're there to do is to feed the young, make the nest, protect the nest. Males, on the other hand, if they're in the nest, basically are there to serve the queen. Where the males really come into play, though, are later, when in the late summer, there are the queens, the new queens will emerge. These are the between 200 to 400. So the males come from non-fertile eggs, meaning they've never been fertilized. And they become the males, and yeah. These guys are going to be feeding on soft-bodied insects, so caterpillars, aphids, stuff like that. They will also take nectar and pollen. Now, they're not what we would call great, big, huge pollinators, but they do pollinate. Now, on the other hand, something also very interesting is they will protect the nest quite aggressively. Excuse me. However, away from the nest, they're not so aggressive. I still would not mess with them because workers are females and they have stingers. Males do not have stingers. Fun fact. The nest can be as large as a basketball, if you can imagine. They will also take meat like a yellow jacket. Like other wasp and hornets, come late summer, the queen dies. Because people aren't liking. Maybe they don't like the topic. I don't know. I have 2 on my side. And 2 likes. So, I don't know. But if you're learning something from today's live, go ahead, give it a like. We are going to be really close to switching over to doing something else for tonight. But, yeah. It's almost the end of the year. The queen is basically winding down. The new queens or the new females have emerged from the nest. These females are fertile. They will go off, they will mate with another male and be able to start the new year fresh. So males will fly off, the females will fly off, they'll find other males, other females, and make babies eventually. So basically what happens, not to be gross, but this is a science channel, wasp queens hornet queens, they're able to store sperm, and that allows the female to produce eggs. So, again, like the European hornets, they have smooth stingers, so they can attack multiple times. Sorry. I need to be right back. I will be right back. I don't like what I'm hearing. Give me a second. I'll be right back. Sorry. No. All is good. They actually are not in the yard. Yay. So anyway, that unfortunately is all I have on these guys. That means chat is open to everybody. I am not saying that word. The word I am saying is that word. So that opens the floor to open chat. And where did everybody go? I don't know where everybody went. But I am not going to even blink an eye when they start playing that game. I don't know. I didn't do anything to them, so at least I don't think. I haven't seen Ross, but Captain ET pops up every once in a while. Yeah. I don't know if I can do this. No? I don't know. I have no idea. It's never started at 7 on this channel. Thank you, Marie. Much appreciated. It has never started at 7 on at 6. Or this it has never started at 7 on Saturdays. It's always at 6. So, I don't know. Um, I'm really looking forward to upcoming lives. It's okay. I would like to move it up to 7. The only reason that it's not 7 is because of predecessor. That's like the only reason. I did see something really cool. Well, I don't know if Florida is central or if it's eastern. Florida is Eastern time zone. Well, part of it is. The Panhandle in Northwest Florida, which is Bay County and Calhoun County, are Central time zone. And the rest of it is Eastern. So if it's 7 o'clock, it's really 8 o'clock their time. So that could be part of it. Hey, Cook. Um, we will be doing other stuff we're going to be doing this month. Include learning about different types of leaves, different types of plant stems, Dragon Blood Tree, Glacier Run, and Hippo Bay. Hey, Cook. Hi, Mike. Ew, excuse me. So, coming up, we have Hippo Bay and Glacier Run. We have, hopefully, an update and channel news, a zoo to do, another exploring nature, Edinburgh Zoo, a Q&A in May. Yeah. Thank you. Make sure, if you haven't already, give the channel a like. Give the view a like. Give the live a like. Man, I can't get the words out tonight. German chocolate cake sounds good, except that chocolate tends to upset my system. No, no snow, but I heard that yeah, I heard New York got really cold, New York City. We did have frost last night though. I went out to help to take care of my brother's dogs this morning, and there was ice in their water pan or water dish, so it definitely got cold. Thank you, Julie, or Julia. Sorry. I actually I looked out the window to look for the kids, and right above the garage light is a robin building a nest. Yeah, we have some daffodils up over here too. Some daffodils. But I think it's supposed to get cold again. I don't like I wish the weather, once it got warm, would slowly progress into the summer. Hello, how are you? Come to think about it, how is everybody? He's here, but he's not really talking. Last thing he said was, full sun here in East London. Where are you, Marie? Awesome, glad to hear it. I'm glad you're good. You may need to look at the top of your screen, and you want to put it on all chat. I think it's called all chat. Yeah, no, it's all messages, like Carol said. And then it should work. Oh, they're back. I can hear kids again. Yay. Unless it's neighbors, but I'm pretty sure it's kids. They were, but they're boys. And they're worse than that. They're related to me, so not that I was a bad kid. I should say they're related to my brother, and that means that when they're quiet or semi-quiet, it's usually not a good thing. Hi, Gabe. Hi, Gabe Horn. Hope you're having a good time. I know. Christian. Only English. It does me no good. It does you no good to type in your language if I don't understand it, dude. I'm sorry. I can't translate it. Good morning or good evening here from America. Hold on. Why is it? No. I don't think that's it. The wolf pack? I don't know enough about them. They're not really dire wolves. They are basically amped up gray wolves. I spent a lot of time on I'm sure that it is worldwide news. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm sure the news, like I said, has spread out across the entire world faster than you can say Snow White. I don't know why. Um, I did get a chance to work on The Dark Walk today, which was nice. I didn't get as much done as I would have liked, but it was nice to be able to sink my teeth into that character again. The Dark Walk is a book that I'm working on. I had it up for sale, and then YouTube decided to go dirty. I'm sorry. Did I say YouTube? Gosh, I think I'm going cuckoo. Um, Amazon decided to go nasty and not do those books anymore. So I have to find time to squeeze in writing. More or less. More or less. No, I have to finish it so I can sell it. Because it's all about money. sort of, anyway. Gosh darn it. Gosh darn it. I'm good. What's up, Mike? So, yeah. I know, I'm sorry. It's my live, and I should be making you guys talk like no other. Chelsea, what is new? What is new, my peeps? Anything? I've heard that. I've heard that it's been super sunny out there. I'm good. We had 60-degree weather today. It was awesome. I have a male robin building his nest right outside the kitchen window. It is so amazing. So maybe if he stays there, I'll be able to get pictures from inside the house of it periodically. I think I spooked him. I gotta look up what's a wood pigeon. I don't know what a wood pigeon is. Oh, those are pretty. Oh, that's awesome, Chelsea. Howdy, Sheldon. Oh, that is so cool, Chelsea. I love being able to have that type of thing going on within your yard. It's nice knowing that that's there. I think I spooked him. I think I spooked the male robin when I peeked out the window. Guys, I'll be right back. I agree, Marie. I completely, utterly agree. Ow! Pretend like you guys didn't see that. And I don't know whose sweater it is. There's a sweater. There's a sweater in the back. I'm assuming it's either 80s or no. Nope, it's black. Sorry, y'all. I had to let people know that I wasn't happy with the chillins. Yeah, I've heard that about the robins out there. Ours are not that way. What was said? I want to see the message because I didn't get to see it. Well, if you don't like it, Mike, there's a door. Yeah, that could be a sign of something. I don't know what. Robins are cool. Our robins a little bit different than our robins, but I love them. Our robins are the first bird to wake up in the morning and the last ones to go to bed. Yeah, I saw it, Carol. I don't know if the robins out there do the same thing, but here they're just a little bit annoying. Yeah, Mike, you're about to get um thank you, Carol. Thank you, Carol. Again, that's ridiculous. Sheldon, that is so awesome. Wrens are really cool little birds. They tend to they're really vocal. No, I don't believe so. Um Robins are, I believe, a thrush. Yeah. And just in case I'm not saying it right, I gotta make sure I. Yeah, Blue Jays. Now, Blue Jays are related to crows. Robins. Robins will sing in the morning. Um, the wrens are. Yeah, we have them, but they can be stinkers. They got really, really heavy hit when West Nile hit, and they're just now really bouncing back from it. That drives me nuts. I don't like being woken up. I appreciate that you're calling me handsome, but really not all that handsome. Birds are amazing. Birds are amazing, but yeah. Crows got hit really bad when West Nile hit. But they seem to bounce back a little bit quicker. What I love are the Stellar's jays. I bet, Chelsea. I can relate. The difference between crows and ravens. So they are both they are both black. They're both in the same family. Ravens are larger. They have a deeper croaking call. Ravens have longer, more pointed wings and a wedged shaped tail. Crows have shorter, broader wings and a fan shaped tail. Ooh, black vultures? Ravens have a larger, more curved beak, while crows have a slimmer, straighter beak. I've only seen black vultures on TV. I've never seen them live. Ow! I just spilled stuff. If the noise they're making is sort of funny, chances are it's probably ravens. That would be my guess. Usually, yeah, but I think Florida has them. If I've seen ravens, It's because, well, if I've seen ravens, I didn't realize they were ravens. But if you think that blue jays are cool, look up stellar jays. I can't remember if it's don't remember which one it is. They are, yes, and they are beautiful. They put the blue jay to shame. Honestly. Yeah, they are. They're blue too. But I think they're pretty. What I'm waiting on are the bluebirds. Oh, so cool. Cardinals are cool. Um, Another really cool bird that I like is the scarlet tanager. Um, I can think of a few. I can think of a few that aren't. No. And once you've seen them, they put cardinals to shame, to be honest. Excuse me. When I was in college, the school offered ornithology. 2 semesters of it. So I decided I would take it. We had to have so many hours of bird watching, which was fine. But the professor was really cool. we have or had a bridge that ran along one of the steel mill properties in the area. And underneath that bridge was a nesting pair of peregrine falcons. And the professor got permission to have us on the property so we could watch the birds. And oh my gosh, that is so incredible. Watching the parents watching I guess it was the dad leave the nest and go off hunting, and then he wasn't gone what seemed very long, and he would squawk or call before coming to the nest, and then you could hear mom call back, and then the baby started. It was the coolest thing. You know, they're one of the fastest birds on the planet. And to see them in action was just incredible. We didn't get to see them hunt. I don't even know if they're still in the area. The other sort of neat thing, and I don't know how I feel about it now, but another thing that happened while I was in college, we had a few pairs of mute swans. You guys can't see me. Why didn't somebody say? We had mute swans at the lakes behind the school. And one year we decided me and some friends, we decided that we would watch the nest at various points. So we saw mom and dad. We didn't see them laying the eggs, but we were able to see them whip the eggs. We were able to watch mom and dad, taking turns, whatever. One day we came out with food. It's okay. We came out with food, and it didn't take very long for mom and dad to come up and take the food. You have no idea how big these birds are until they're standing in front of you. If you've ever seen a tom turkey, these birds look like they were almost as big as me. I mean, they probably weren't, but that neck, just so cool. And then next thing we know, not only are mom and dad on the land within touching distance, but they bring the babies up out of water. And that was really cool. Oh yeah, kids love, if you can get kids exposed to nature like that, pure memories. Wow, I expected tonight's live to be busy. Nature is just the best. I wish I had kids that I could pass on my knowledge to, but no, I've seen it busier than this. This is what I would call the core group. If I had kids, oh yeah, I'd have somebody to give my collection to when I eventually pass away. Because my collection is way more than just that stuff. I hear you, Sheldon. I'm not, no, that's not what I meant, Carol. Now, if some of them do eventually do what they want to do, we have 3 or 4 kids that want to go into science as a profession. One that wants to be a zoologist, one that wants to be a biologist. And I'm all for that. Yeah. The danger box. I want to add to it, but I don't know what I want to add to it. And there really is some dangerous stuff in that box, too. It's just not a gimmicky name. Sheldon's like, what's the danger box? Better question is, what's in the danger box? The danger box, Sheldon, is a box of my nature collection, and everything that's in it is supposed to be deadly or dangerous in some way or another. Not all of it is. Some of it's been shifted and moved and whatnot, but the fossils, yep. I have some really, really cool stuff. I'm thinking possibly great white. Yeah, I do have porcupine quills. Sheldon, have you seen my porcupine quills? I have what I think a fossilized cone shell. It may not be a cone shell, but it looks like a cone shell. eventually raw tiger's eye. This was being sold at a rock shop. I can't imagine having, I don't know if it's safe, but I keep it in here, hoping that it's safe. This was sold to me as fulgurite, or as they called it, fossilized lightning. I don't know what this is. Oh, that's not dangerous. If you know, you know, and you may not know. Any idea, Sheldon? These are supposed to be wild boar tusk. They need to be fixed, but I don't know. No, those are wild boar teeth. It would be absolutely illegal for me to have killer whale teeth. That is bumblebee jasper. It actually has, and I don't know if it's safe. I try not to touch it. Has arsenic in it. Those are alligator teeth. Can you guess? That is a black widow. And somewhere I have a brown recluse. But I think I am missing something and I have no idea where it's at. I don't think it's... That is a textile cone, I believe, if I remember right. And I have 4 of those at least. I do have a few things that I'm really, really excited to have in my collection. If you know what this is. Okay. Yeah, it's Emu. You mean the oldest thing in my collection, or that is the oldest? I will show those in just a second. This is a stingray barb. And there's 4 of those. Actually 5. My room has swallowed another one that's a little bit bigger. I don't put my hands into this box unless I can see what I'm grabbing. And they're double bagged. Yeah, this is my hand. These are, I believe, crested porcupine or Cape porcupine. And these are medium. These are not larges. They do get bigger. And I have seen people get these. I've seen people get these embedded in their legs. The only nice thing about these is I don't believe that they have barbs on them. The North American porcupines have barbs on them that keep them from coming out. And let me tell you something. These are quite sharp. Carol, that's why I'm holding them at the base. And this bag is closed. But yes, they're real. Very, very real. Yes, I got poked. It didn't break the skin, but for a couple hours, it hurts. Okay. So yeah, that's a little bit of the collection. It's not the complete collection. Not by a long shot. There are all kinds of shark's teeth. A lot of which I have no idea what are. But I love my collection. As to what the oldest thing is in my collection, I have no idea. I know some of the fossils are pretty old. For those of you that like shells, that is a scallop. That is my hand. Almost as big as my hand. Hi, Cooking Up with Chef Wise. It is just one. Another cone shell. There's probably bits and pieces of the collection that are unique. And some of it, I admit, is for the wow factor. Like this little guy. It's really hard to see. Unless it's in person. But this is a stromatolite. It's small. It's not really all that heavy. But stromatolites are super, super cool. Because, no, it's not. This is very different. I don't know. Nope, you can't see it. Well, this is not pure black. This is actually what makes this so cool, and I got to be very careful with it because I don't want it to break and get dropped, is it's layered. And stromatolites are these huge, almost look like boulders. And they're usually in the ocean or on the shore. And they're a fossil. And basically, these are formed by cyanobacteria. So, Marie, you asked me about my oldest thing in my collection. This is the oldest thing in my collection. Some of these things go back over 3 billion years based on science. So it's quite possible that this little itty-bitty rock could be over 3 billion years old. Cyanobacteria is believed to be one of the first organisms to appear on Earth. This is agatized coral. And it's really hard to see, but there's a polyp. There's another polyp. There's another polyp. This is jade. Believe it's jade, if I remember right. This is Apache tier obsidian. And you can tell it's obsidian because you can sort of see through it. And there's a story about this type of obsidian. Apache tier obsidian is supposed to have a gas bubble in it. And that gas bubble, the story goes that during the Trail of Tears, that the squaws were crying. The women on the trail were crying. And the Great Spirit wanted people to remember the trail. And so he turned their tears to obsidian. And if you look right there, see it? That's a tear. Snowflake obsidian is really cool. I do have a piece that I probably shouldn't have. And I shouldn't also be handling it. I try not to. This is red coral. And that is not something that you should have in your collection. Mine too. I don't know why I thought malachite was blue. Oh, excuse me. But that malachite, definitely not blue. And this is my favorite stone. This is lapis. And it's really hard to see. But what makes lapis so cool, if you get it in the right light, there's gold in lapis. Yeah, it is. My favorite stone, yeah, moonstone is pretty cool. This is orange calcite. And I believe, I love this stone. This is bloodstone, I believe. And bloodstone is super, super cool. I'm not entirely sure that it is bloodstone, but I think that's what I bought it as. And this is all like not the best of the best. Ah. I love this bottle. No, bloodstone is not red. That is a vanilla bean. No joke, it's at least 15 years old. And it still smells like the best smell in the world. I also have a piece of petrified wood that's been polished. Chelsea. This is a really bad crystal. But you see that black? That is tourmaline. There's another piece. There's at least 3, I think. This is quartz with tourmaline inclusions. This, I think, is jet. For which one, Chelsea? I have no idea what this is. It's heavy. I'll have to take a picture of it and put it up because it's not. This is not what you might think it is. This is not obsidian. It is not coal. This is old. I think. This is a tektite. So basically what happens is big old rock comes in, impacts the earth, sends up material up into the atmosphere, way up in the atmosphere. As it comes back down through, it produces this. No, this is not poo. This is debris that when an asteroid impacts the earth, it gets sent up into the atmosphere and comes back through. And this is what you get. I have 2 of them. I have hematite. That's not a rock. That is pretty. Look at that purple. Wow. That is fluorite. Yep. I don't like touching that one a super lot. Now this is not. So these are not, I did not buy this for anything else than for my own, to show my my Sunday school kids around Christmas time. That is frankincense. So if you've ever heard of frankincense, this is frankincense. And this is myrrh. Frankincense and myrrh. But I know sure. Not sure. Fossils that have not been identified. Wow. There is an area in my state. I've only been there once. But the ground is literally covered in fossils. Literally covered in fossils. These are crinoid stems. This one looks like it maybe got smashed a little bit. That's another one. I took my nephew to a place in Illinois where you can go fossil hunting. And he did not have the best of luck. Oh, sorry, guys. These are not what I found. This is not what I found at the Illinois spot. It's really hard to see, but it's a shell. So this part here is where the shell would connect to the other shell, and then it comes up and around. And then this one, yeah. And then you have the imprint of a fossil. But hold on. It is. Oh, shoot. I just dropped something I don't know what the heck. sorry, guys. I'm digging for something in my box, and right now I'm not happy. I found what I was looking for. So, we went to Illinois, Sheldon, to a place where you can find a lot of vertebrate or invertebrate fossils. And I was walking a dry stream bed. And there was gravel in it. This stone was sitting in the stream bed just like you see it now. I had no clue. Did it restart? Did live restart? Yeah, we got disconnected. Okay. Can you guys see me? I guess it cleared up. Okay. So this was sitting in the stream bed, just like you see it. No reason for me to pick it up, but I did. And when I picked it up, I turned it over. Can you see it? Do you know what you're looking at? So, this is the head. It would have like a thorax, which is where my fingers are at. And then this is the body. It's a trilobite. Now, it's not... It's not like these. It's not like this one. It's not like that one. Here's the head. This is the body. Yeah. So these I bought. And it actually would have been like this. It would have been like this. And somebody cracked it open. But yeah, I was walking through a stream bed in Illinois, flipped over a rock, and found the only fossil of the day. And I could have given it to my nephew and said, hey, have this. But no. Nope. Nope, it's mine. All mine. And if you're in the right light, you can even make out where the eyes were. Now, I don't know, because there was gravel in the bottom of the stream bed. I don't know if this came from Illinois or if it came from someplace else. This is a pencil urchin spine. Not something you see every day. I've been thinking about adding that to the danger box, and then I'm just like, nah. What would the point in doing that be? So yeah, that's a little bit of the collection. It's not everything. I have way more. I have way more stuff. I have 2 things of coprolites. Yes. I have fossilized poo. I have a deer skull, a dog skull. I do have black tourmaline. Right now, I don't know where it's at, but I do have it. I also have this. And I don't like handling it a super lot. It's really, really hard to see. But this was sold as amber. Nope. It was sold as amber. And the black inclusions that you see are bugs. Real tiny bugs. Now, what I don't know is if it's actual what was I trying to say? Actual amber, or if it's something else. Because let me tell you how I got some of my stuff. I don't have any issues with, if I want something and I know I can get it from somewhere, as long as I know that it's legal, right? I am willing to take a chance on being seen somewhere where maybe I shouldn't be, or where other people think I shouldn't be. But a lot of my rocks, a lot of my rocks are from a occult shop. And they knew I was coming in just to collect rocks. They knew it. But we were in at least once a month. At least once a month. And I would spend, because my nephew would drive me. And I would tell him, you know what, within $40 to $30, if you want to get something, that's fine. But I'm not spending any more than $30 at this place. And unfortunately, when COVID hit, they lost a lot of business and they shut down, which was sad because my really nice specimens came from there. These are fish teeth. And all I know is that they came from Florida. I know they're not shark's teeth. Well, they could be something else other than, actually, now that I think about it, maybe they're not shark's teeth. Or, not sharks, but maybe they're not, fish teeth. I thought they were. I don't even know what they could be. But they could be crocodile. Actually, now that I think about it. I don't know. Sheldon, what do you think? I know it's really hard to see. But I ended up with 5 of these, or 6 of these. Yeah, 6 of them. And this is the biggest. What gets me mad is my really nice shark's teeth ended up stolen. So yeah, guys, I think I'm going to call it a night because I need to eat. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for spending time with me. I will do maybe a live. I hope it's not dolphin. I mean, it could be. It could be fossilized dolphin teeth. But there's no roots. Yeah. It's late. Bye, guys.